welcome to the Rebelle Review Show. I'm your host Alexander Rebelle, and I welcome you from Theoretical Studios. Today I'm going to teach you how to quickly edit a photo in Photoshop. This is a systematic and in-depth tutorial that will teach you everything you need to know in order to change the appearance of a photo both quickly and effectively. And it starts right now. Step 1. Open the photo file you want to change. Now, before we proceed, I want to emphasize that it's one thing to alter a photo in Photoshop, but it's another thing completely to make it convincing and do it very quickly. It is not easy to make a convincing modification to a photo, not without days or weeks of hard work, but this tutorial will teach you the secret to making it happen in just hours. So once you've opened the photo file in the program, you can proceed to step number 2. Steal the Empire State Building. In order to correctly alter a photo, you'll need to be in possession of an iconic New York City skyscraper. And don't think you can substitute the Chrysler Building in this situation. No. The Chrysler Building is shorter than the Empire State Building. It is not the tallest building in New York City. It is second rate, and it won't do. Now, you need to steal the Empire State Building, but doing this will not be easy. There are several things you'll need in order to do this, and I just happen to have all of those things right here. The first thing you'll need is a bomb, like this one. A bomb will allow you to effectively create a distraction several blocks away from the Empire State Building so you can steal it while no one's looking. Now, it's important that your bomb not be too powerful. It just needs to be powerful enough to blow a hole in the wall, and make sure it explodes when you want it to, and not before. Uh-oh. But a bomb isn't the only thing you'll need. You'll also need a fully automatic submachine gun, like this one. This is a World War II Thompson submachine gun. And in order to successfully steal the Empire State Building, you'll need a gun just like this one. But there's one more thing you'll need for step 2. You'll also need an unstoppable army of mercenaries. Let's face it, the Empire State Building is very large, and you'll need more than just yourself to steal it. Even with all of the secret technology and planning in the world, you won't be able to pull it off on your own. You'll need an army of mercenaries that are powerful and unstoppable to help you. But acquiring this army can be very challenging, unless you know the right people. But luckily, I just happen to know a man that can lend you his own army of mercenaries. His name is Dr. Black, and I'd like to introduce you to him now.
Greetings! My name is Dr. Black, and I have the most deadly army of mercenary soldiers ever gathered by a single villain. Don't listen to what my so-called peers in the supervillain community say. I have the greatest army of them all. Ah, ha, 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 ah, ha, 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 ha. And let me explain to you my plan. The plan revolves around highway rest stops. Yes, you heard me. Highway rest stops. You see, there are rest stops along many of the interstate highways across the United States, and I will set up illegal toll booths at these rest stops and charge all who enter them 75 cents a car. And this will give me the funds needed in order to construct my ultimate weapon. Behold, this is the prototype right here. I call it the Cheapener Ray. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Ah! Now, let me explain to you how it works and what it does. The Cheapener Ray has the power to transform any object into a less reliable and cheaper version of itself. For example, this is an excellent Sabian crash cymbal for an excellent low-end sound on a drum set. But I will now engage the Cheapener Ray. Behold! The high-performance Sabian crash cymbal is now a generic brand stainless steel piece of junk that no self-respecting drummer would ever use. Ha 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 ha. Once I build the ultimate version of this device, I will use it on all of the military weapons in the world, and they will all malfunction and fail the soldiers, thus allowing me to take over the world! But, as I said, this is impossible without an army of mercenaries, so I will lend you mine, so long as you agree to support my new world order and my Cheapener Ray.
Thank you, Dr. Black. So, in summary, for step 2, you'll need to steal the Empire State Building, which can be achieved with a bomb, a gun, and an unstoppable army of mercenaries. And once you've stolen the Empire State Building, you can proceed to step number 3. Turn the Empire State Building into an invincible space station. Now that you have the Empire State Building, you can convert it into a massive space station, which you will launch into space. But this will not be an easy task. In order to turn a massive skyscraper into a space station, you'll need to do it the correct way. And there is one man that can help you do this. He is world-renowned scientist, Dr. Victor.
Hello, comrade. Do you want to send massive structure into space? Do you want ultimate power and control of space? If you do, call Victor. Victor make it happen for you immediately. Back in 1971, Soviet Union desperate to keep up with United States in space race. They have different scientists dedicated to space race, but they not get job done. So, as usual, Soviet Union turned to Victor and asked Victor to develop anti-gravity technology to send large structure into space. Soviet Union have big Russian plan to destroy United States by using anti-gravity force to lift American government building up and into space, destroying them forever. Plan focus on Capitol building, White House, Supreme Court, and Pentagon. Soviet Union want Victor to develop technology to lift these buildings off of ground and into space, thus allowing Soviet Union to invade United States and take control of country. To do this, Victor think it best to start small. Victor head to neighboring Soviet satellite country and begin experiment to determine exactly what is gravity, how gravity work. And it actually very dangerous for Victor at first. There's small rebellion in this country by local people, but they immediately crushed, and it actually helped Victor greatly. During battle, Victor see how, when bomb explode, it sent object around it high into air. Based on this, Victor conclude that secret to anti-gravity is use of powerful bomb to send anything up into space from ground. Victor immediately construct hundreds of big Russian bomb and begin explosive experiment to discover secret to anti-gravity. After 8 months study, Victor create ultimate anti-gravity device. It's powerful Russian bomb that send anything around it high into air. But, unfortunately, most of time things sent into air in very, very bad shape after. Or never seen again for this matter. But Victor tell Soviet Premier this concern, and he laugh and say, it's not problem. He delighted by Victor result. He tell Victor that before using anti-gravity device on America, he have several buildings in both Russia and neighboring country to use it on. Victor do this and result is amazing. Anti-gravity device succeed in sending entire building high up into air. And there is no trace of it after. Victor return to Soviet Premier and tell him of success. But add that Victor not know if buildings survive travel into space. Soviet Premier tell Victor not worry about it. He sure building in exact condition it need to be in. So, in conclusion, if you want send big building up into space, call Victor, and Victor send you big Russian bomb to get you into space. Call Victor.
Thank you, Victor. So for step 3, you'll need to send the Empire State Building up into space. And once you've done this, you can proceed to step number 4. Deliver an ultimatum to the world below. With your powerful space station and mercenary army, you will now send a message to the nations of the world below. You will tell them that they must obey your every command, or they will be destroyed, just as they should be. However, you cannot complete this step without first completing several smaller tasks. There are only 3 of them, but unless you complete all 3 of them, you will not be able to complete this entire step. The first thing you'll need to do is kidnap a beluga whale from an aquarium. And there is a very specific reason for this. The beluga whale will complement the second thing you'll need to do. Capture a great white shark from the ocean. You will need both the beluga whale and the great white shark in order to complete the third task. Turn the whale and shark into powerful cyborg weapons. The whale and the shark will be your leverage in delivering your ultimatum. You will tell the world below that unless they give in to your demands, you will unleash your diabolical killer cyborg shark and beluga whale into the wild. And there will be pain, and there will be suffering. People will die. And once you've delivered your ultimatum, you can proceed to step number 5. Tell the world your exact demands. The world will be in a state of terror and panic when you deliver your ultimatum, and you will have all the leverage as you give the world your demands. And you only have one demand, and as you said before, if it isn't met, there will be dire consequences for the entire world. People will die. And of course, your one demand is that everyone just has to ignore the imperfection in your photo. Now that you have the world at your mercy, you don't have to use Photoshop to edit your photos. You can just tell the world that your photo's flaws are unimportant, or they will rue the day they said they might be flawed. And that requires much less time and much less effort than actually using Photoshop to edit your photos. Seriously, I'd much rather follow this tutorial myself than endure the pain and frustration of editing photos in Photoshop. And that's all the time we have for today. I'm Alexander Rebelle, and thank you for watching the Rebelle Review Show.